We go to the bottom of the second here at McDonough Park as Cam Coakley flew out to center to end the visiting half of the second, as now Jesse Hall will lead things off here. Still 1-0 Red Wings. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed by Hall, and it's now 1-2 as we try to deal with camera getting moved a little bit as it's sitting up on the netting here behind home plate, and it gets bumped around a bit every time there's a foul ball or a wild pitch, pass ball, whatever, that will hit the net. 1-2 to Jesse Hall, taken up high, and it counts even 2-2 from starter Nick Zwack. Hall coming in, 11 games played, hitting 189. The 2-2 from Nick Zwack. Skied in the air, shallow right. Coming over is second baseman Jacob Hitz, and he'll make the catch in shallow right field for the first out of the inning.
Alabama, the catcher, number 12, Lane Powell.
So 1 out now in the bottom of the second for catcher Lane Powell. Coming into the game, hitting .256 in 12 games. First pitch from Zwack to Powell, swung on a miss. Good breaking ball there, and it's 0-1. Powell owns a share of the team lead in RBIs with 7, as he also has 3 doubles and a home run. 0-1 to him. Check swing, and it doesn't matter as it's a called strike. On the inside corner, it's quickly 0-2 on the native of Excel, Alabama. Nick Zwack with a couple shakes of catcher Danny Martin, and the 0-2 to Lane Powell. Fouled off. First baseman Tyler Kelder giving chase, but that will bounce in foul territory and get into the Geneva bullpen. And the count will remain 0-2 on Lane Powell. Powell did not play in yesterday's loss to Newark, but he does have a 7-game hitting streak that's still active. The 0-2 from Zwack to Powell in the dirt, as that one's blocked by catcher Danny Martin. Doesn't really matter as nobody's on base, but might have gotten a piece of Martin as he tries to shake that one off. And the count now 1-2 on Lane Powell. Zwack carrying in over his glove. The 1-2 to Powell. Broken back grounder to short. Herman Alvarado up with it, and he will throw across. So a broken back ground out. So 2 outs now quickly, as Jesse Hall and Lane Powell have been retired to start the second inning. And Justin Barr, the third baseman, will step to the plate. 11 games for Barr, hitting just 120, but he does have a double and a triple. From the windup, first pitch to Barr, outside from Nick Zwack, and it's 1-0 now on the native of Pensacola, Florida. The 1-0 to Justin Barr. Breaking ball taken low and in. And it's 2-0 on Barr, who plays at Central Alabama Community College, where he hit .292 in 49 games this past spring, 6 doubles and a triple. 2-0 from Nick Zwack, taken down low, and the count now 3-0. As that pitch didn't hit the screen, but a bird flying on the screen has dislodged the camera, and I will do my best to fix that in just a second. First, the 3-2 to Justin Barr, taken down low, ball 4, and a 2-out base runner for the Red Wings.
From Metro Ohio.
is on first with a 2-out walk. Still 1-0 Geneva here in the bottom of the second. 2 outs and a 1-0 count on the 9-hole hitter for the Red Wings, Sam Fuller. A 1 to him is called strike, and the count's even 1-1. So Fuller, native of Mentor, Ohio, coming into this one batting 172 in 11 games. The 1-1 from Nick Swack. Low one in the dirt. Good block there by catcher Danny Martin to keep that one in front of him, as that breaking ball came in low to right fielder Fuller, and the count 2-1. Fuller played in last night's loss to the Pilots. He was 0 for 4, as he is now hitless in his last 3 games. The 2-1 from Swack to Fuller. In the dirt again, and again, another block by catcher Danny Martin. He has been working hard behind the plate. He's made some good blocks, but if you remember, it was his pass ball in the bottom of the first that allowed the runners to move up and subsequently be drove in on the sac fly from Nick Nebraska. At least one of them was. That was Nick Carnevale. So with 3-1 on Sam Fuller with 2 outs, and here's the pitch. It's a called strike, and the count now full. So Justin Barr will get a head start from first base now with the full count. And still holding him on is Tyler Kelder, trying to keep him at least somewhat close, as Sam Fuller awaits a 3-2 offering. And here it comes. Taken up high, ball 4. And just like in the first inning, back-to-back walks issued by starter Nick Swack. And that'll turn the lineup over for leadoff man Brian Knapp. So the back-to-back walks in the first inning came with 1 out for Nick Swack. Here in the second, they come with 2 outs, as Justin Barr and Sam Fuller both earning the free passes. And Brian Knapp will come up for the second time in as many innings. He grounded out to short in his first go-around, came in hitting .205, but does have a share of the team lead in doubles and homers. Zwack peering in for the sign. He has it. Comes set at the letters, quick check of the runners, and the first pitch to Brian Knapp, called strike at the knees, and it's 0-1. Knapp in last night's loss was 1 for 5. As I mentioned, he comes in hitting .205 with the 4 doubles and 2 home runs. Does have 2 stolen bases and is yet to be caught. The 0-1. Breaking ball taken on the outside corner for strike 2. Crowd behind me doesn't like the call by home plate umpire Chased Out, but it's 0-2 now on Brian Knapp, native of Redwood City, California. Zwack looking to work out of another jam. And the 0-2 to Knapp. In the dirt, another good block by catcher Danny Martin. Zwack is really making him work hard back there. But Danny Martin earning a couple taps from home plate umpire Chased Out, as he has swallowed up a bunch of breaking balls in the dirt already here in the early going. A lot of them coming with runners on base. 1-2 count on Brian Knapp. And here it comes. It's driven into left field, coming on is Gargano, and it will just hang up long enough for him to make the catch. So the Red Wings leave 2. We go to the top of the third, still 1-0 Geneva here on Red Wings TV. We go to the top of the third here at McDonough Park. Evan Carr with you here on Red Wings TV. Still 1-0 Red Wings, as it will be 9-1-2 in the Stallions lineup to face Stephen Branch here to start the third. Herman Alvarado will get his first go around at the plate. First pitch to him, and he wastes no time. Skies one into right field. Sam Fuller coming on into very shallow right field, and he'll put it away for the first out of the third inning on the first pitch of the third inning.
Fielder number 3, James Gargano.
So that will turn the lineup over for the Stallions as leadoff man James Gargano will come to the plate. He walked to lead off the game and was stranded at third base. Came in hitting .350, did Gargano. First pitch from Branch is a called strike with the fastball, and it's 0-1 on the native of Naperville, Illinois. Branch from the windup, the 0-1 in the dirt, and that'll get away 1-1 now on James Gargano. Mentioned he is hitting .350 in 6 games, but he did take an 0-for-4, did Gargano, in the Stallions' last contest at home against Oneonta on the 17th. The 1-1 grounded to short. Magadan up with it. He will throw across and get Gargano by a step for the second out in the top of the third.
Third baseman number 4, John Dempsey.
So 2 outs here in the top of the third, and John Dempsey will come to the plate. First pitch to John Dempsey is taken outside. From Stephen Branch, and that is fouled off, and it's 1-1 now on John Dempsey. Comes into the game hitting .304 in 14 contests, leads the Stallions in runs, hits, and doubles, and owns a share of the team lead in triples, homers, and RBIs. Native of Potomac, Maryland, awaits the 1-1, and here it is, chop foul, and it's 1-2 now on John Dempsey. So Stephen Branch ahead of John Dempsey, 1-2, and here it comes. Taken outside for ball 2, 2-2, as Branch looking for the second strikeout of the night of John Dempsey. He sat Dempsey down looking with a great breaking ball back in the first. From the windup, the 2-2. Fastball stays up high. As he tried to climb the ladder, Dempsey laid off, and the count's now 3-2. Mentioned Dempsey has 3 homers, 16 RBIs. Those are good for a tie of second in the league. 3-2 is taken down low, and that'll be a 2-out walk from Stephen Branch.
First baseman number 20, Tyler Kelder.
So 2 outs, and now a guy on first in the form of John Dempsey as Tyler Kelder will step to the plate now. He singled back in the first inning, but was left at second base. First pitch to him is a breaking ball just off the plate, and it's 1-0. Mentioned Kelder with his single in the first. Came in hitting .250, has played in all 14 Stallions contests. The 1-0 from Branch is taken up high, and it's 2-0. So Branch, with 2 quick outs here in the top of the third, surrendered the 2-out walk to John Dempsey and is now fallen behind Tyler Kelder, 2-0. From the stretch, the 2-0. Skied in the air. Left field going back is Carnevale. He is at the wall and looking up, and that ball's gone. A 2-run moonshot by Tyler Kelder, and Saugerties is now on top in this one, 2-1. That ball was a mile high. Thought it might stay in, but Carnivale just ran out of room. And it is 2-1 Saugerties here in the top of the third.
KFC K-Man designated hitter number 6, Noah Searcy.
Mentioned earlier, the Stallions came in last in the league in batting average, hitting just .219, but they are tied for second in the league with 10 home runs. So the hits they do get tend to leave the yard. As the first pitch to Noah Searcy is a breaking ball taken for strike one. So the 2-out walk comes back to haunt Stephen Branch, as now he trails 2-1 in the top of the third. The 0-1 to Noah Searcy is another breaking ball, this one taken for ball one, and it's 1-1. Mentioned Saugerties last in the league in average. They are also second to last in hits with 102. 1-1 is fouled off. That'll get out of the stadium, and it's 1-2 now. Noah Searcy, cleanup man, who grounded out to third back in the first. The only offensive category Saugerties ranks high in is hit by pitches, as the 1-2 is chopped foul towards the Saugerties dugout, and the count remained 1-2. Saugerties ranking fifth in the league. They have been hit by 16 pitches. For comparison's sake, Geneva leads the league. They have been hit 25 times. The 1-2 to Noah Searcy. Breaking ball in the dirt, good take, and the count evens at 2-2. Stephen Branch from the windup. 2-2 to Searcy. Swung on and missed. He got him on the fastball. So we go to the bottom of the third. A 2-run home run from Tyler Kelder has the Stallions on top, 2-1. As we go to the bottom of the third here at McDonough Park. Evan Carr back with you here on Red Wings TV. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Saugerties on top 2-1 now, courtesy of a 2-out, 2-run home run by Tyler Kelder in the top of the third. As Red Wings looking to answer, they will have 2-3-4 due up this inning, led off by left fielder Nick Carnivale. Nick Zwack back out on the mound for the Stallions. First pitch to Carnivale is taken low and in, and it's 1-0. Carnivale walked back in the first inning and came around to score the only run of the game for the Red Wings thus far. That was on the sac fly by Nick Nebraska. 1-0. Taken with the fastball for a strike, and it's 1-1 now on the native of Lyndhurst, New Jersey. Came in hitting .316 in 11 contests. Did Carnivale. From the windup, Nick Zwack, the 1-1. Called strike on the outside corner. Carnivale doesn't like it, as the crowd doesn't either. But it's 1-2 now on Carnivale to lead off the bottom of the third. The 1-2. Chopped foul, as looked like Carnivale was hitting a 9-iron there as he went down to get that one practically off the ground. A very good breaking ball by Nick Zwack, but an even better answer by Carnivale to spoil it. As I don't think that ball could have gotten any closer to hitting ground without hitting it. And the count's still 1-2. And here it comes from Nick Zwack. Grounded to third. Fielding is Dempsey. He will throw across his body for the first out of the bottom of the third.
From Point Pleasant, New Jersey, shortstop number 24, Evan Magadan.
So Dempsey, I mentioned, very good hitter, leading the team in just about every offensive category and showing that he can back it up on defense as well. There's one out now for Evan Magadan. Magadan also walked back in first, but he was stranded at third. This go around, the first pitch to him is a breaking ball for strike one. The walk back in the first was fifth of the season for Magadan in the first since June 16th. The 0-1 to the Red Wing shortstop popped up. Going back on it is Alvarado, the shortstop. He will make the call and the catch in shallow left field, and there are 2 outs now here in the bottom of the third.
Pennsylvania, first baseman number 31, Nick Lebraska.
So quickly 2 outs for Stallions starter Nick Zwack. And Nick Lebraska will dig in as the only RBI of the game for Geneva. That came back in the first on the sac fly to center field. As another RBI here would have to come on a home run, but it would tie the game. Red Wings still without a hit on the day. First pitch to Lebraska, taken low, 1-0. Mentioned the Red Wings still without a hit. They came within inches. Last time Lebraska was up, he ripped one down the left field line that must have missed the line by just a matter of inches. 1-0, taken at knees, and it's 1-1. Mentioned Lebraska coming in hitting .425, good for third in the league. Also tied for fifth in the league with 17 hits. This pitch is chopped to short. Alvarado will field the weirdly spinning ball and throw on to first for the final out of the top of the third. Bottom of the third, excuse me. We go to the top of the fourth. Still 2-1 Saugerties on Red Wings TV. We move to the top of the fourth, 2-1 Saugerties, and it will be 5, 6, 7 in the Stallions order due up against starter Stephen Branch, towing the rubber for the fourth inning in his black and orange New Balance cleats that I assume he uses at Division III RIT. Jacob Hitz will lead off the fourth. He struck out swinging in the first. First pitch to him this time around is skied foul and out of the stadium. Hitz playing second base tonight is listed under other on the Stallions roster on the Perfect Game page. Doesn't have a position listed, but he is indeed playing second. The 0-1 is taken outside, and it's 1-1. Could be because Hitz only been in 2 contests this season, still fairly new to the Stallions. This is just his third game. 1-1 from Branch. Check swing on a fastball, and no appeal made to first base umpire Derek Ivinski, so the count will be 2-1 on the native of Prior Lake, Minnesota. 2-1 from Stephen Branch, ripped up the middle, and that'll be a base hit into center field.
Center fielder number 14, Dylan LaFrary.
So Jacob Hitz lives up to his name with a leadoff single, as now center fielder Dylan LaFrary will come to the plate, checking the signs from manager Colin Martin in the third base coach's box. As Stephen Branch will make a check of hits, and the first pitch to LaFrary. Taken low, and the count now 1-0. LaFrary from Wilton, Connecticut, one of the recent high school graduates committed to play at Division I Arkansas in the SEC, who is out in Omaha right now at the College World Series. So definitely one of the top programs in the country. The 1-0 to LaFrary. Taken low and in, and it's 2-0. LaFrary, like hits, still relatively new to the summer season of 2018. He has only seen action in 3 games, as he's hitting .333, and he does have a double. 2-0 is popped up on the right side. Second baseman Jesse Hall will call for it, range over, and he will make the catch where first baseman Nick Lebraska usually stands, and there's one out in the top of the fourth. So a big out there for starter Stephen Branch after he gave up the leadoff single and fell behind LaFrary 2-0. But the Stallions center fielder doing a favor and popping out on the 2-0 fastball. It is now a check of the runner at first, as Hitz will dive back in safely. Catcher Danny Martin will come to the plate. He flew out to right, back in the second. First pitch to him this time around is a fastball taken up high for ball 1. Martin, like the 2 men who have hit before him, also new to the Stallions, as they have seen some fresh blood come into their lineup, appearing in just his second game. 1-0 taken inside, and the count runs to 2-0 on the second straight batter. Martin, playing in the Stallions' last contest, went 1 for 2 in the 5-3 loss to Oneonta. 2-0 is ripped up the middle into center field, and that'll be another base hit. Brian Knapp coming up on it will make a strong throw in to keep Jacob Hitz at second, but the Stallions have 2 on and 1 out in the top of the fourth.
Number 22, Cam Coakley.
So singles in the inning for Saugerties, both going to center fielder Brian Knapp. And now Cam Coakley will come to the plate with 1 out here in the top of the fourth. Saugerties still on top 2-1 as they look to build on that lead here. Pitcher Stephen Branch and Lane Powell looking to keep the game right where it is at 2-1, as they will have a discussion now. As Lane Powell will now retreat behind the plate, as they have their game plan on how to work with Cam Coakley, who flew out to center back in the second in his only at-bat. First pitch to him is check swing, and the pitch is down low for ball 1. Coakley from Lutz, Florida, plays at Division I Stetson University. 6'1", 210-pound left-handed hitter, as he awaits the 1-0. It is grounded foul down the first baseline. A good pick by the Stallions' first base coach, and the count evens at 1-1. Coakley coming in has played 10 games, hitting just .172. Is now we have a delay in the action, as it looks like that foul ball got a piece of him as he walks it off. He does have the leg guard on the right shin. That's the leg he's stretching out right now, so not quite sure where that one got him. Evidently it didn't get him where it was supposed to, where he has the shin guard. But he looks to be okay, digs back in, and Stephen Branch will check the runners and deliver the 1-1 pitch. Skied foul on the left side, as that one will get out of play, and the count now 1-2. Top of the fourth inning. 2-1 Saugerties on top. Runners on first and second with 1 out. 1 and 2 count on right fielder Cam Coakley, number 8 batter in the Stallions lineup. Branch with a check of the runner, and 1-2. Runner goes from second, as that is hits, and he will steal third without a throw. So catcher Danny Martin didn't move from first, so the double play still in order as Jacob Hitz now at third. Danny Martin still at first. Count now 2-2 as Lane Powell did a good job to keep that breaking ball in front of him and prevent Danny Martin from moving up to second. Branch looking for a big out. The 2-2 to Cam Coakley. Low and outside, and the count now 3-2. Branch looking to avoid issuing his third walk of the evening as number 9 batter Herman Alvarado waits on deck. Runners on the corners, 1 out, 3-2 count. And here comes from Stephen Branch. Low in the dirt, and that'll be ball 4. So the bases are loaded of Stallions, and that will prompt a mound visit from the Red Wings dugout. So a lengthy discussion from the Red Wings assistant coach has now chased out. Will walk to the mound. Tell him to break it up. As Stout, catcher, and Lane Powell will share a laugh as they walk behind the plate as they both strap the masks back on. Bases loaded here for Saugerties. Hits on third. He singled. Martin on second. He also singled. And Cam Coakley on first base, just walking a moment ago. Number 9 batter, shortstop Herman Alvarado will dig in. First pitch to him. Popped up. Shallow right field. Sam Fuller moving in foul ground is now Jesse Hall, second baseman, will make the catch, make a beautiful spinning throw to get it back into catcher Lane Powell and keep Jacob Hitz at third base. That was an extremely difficult play. Both Hall and Fuller ran a mile into foul territory to catch that one. Hall making the over-the-shoulder catch and then making a no-look spinning throw right on the money to catcher Lane Powell as Jacob Hitz didn't even think of moving up on that play. So 2 outs now as a big out. Base is still loaded for leadoff man James Gargano. First pitch to him, breaking ball outside. Good job by Lane Powell to keep that one in front, and it's 1-0. Gargano 0 for 1 in this one, walked to lead off the game in the first, and just last inning, he grounded out to short. Came in hitting .350. The 1-0 from Branch. Fouled back. And the count now 1-1 on James Gargano as I check the camera, kind of staying in place. As I will fix it if the picture comes out of view. 1-1 on James Gargano. Branch working very quickly from the stretch. Called strike on the outside corner with the fastball. And Stephen Branch just 1 pitch away now from working out of the bases loaded 1-out jam. Saugerty still with the bases loaded, 2 outs, 1-2 count on James Gargano. And the pitch. Breaking ball stayed just up high. Crowd and catcher Lane Powell wanting the call, but home plate umpire chased out, says it stayed just a little high. As I don't think that's where that breaking ball was meant to be. Almost caught a little bit of the zone. The 2-2 from Branch to Gargano. Popped up foul as that will rattle around up in the grandstand. And the count stays 2-2. Gargano coming into tonight with 4 RBIs in just 6 games played. Not too bad for a leadoff hitter. Branch peering in, looking to get out of the jam, has his sign. And the 2-2 to Gargano. Grounded to short. Magadan coming on will field the hop and throw across the diamond. So Saugerties leaves the bases loaded. Branch does a great job to get out of the jam with some help from his defense. We go to the bottom of the fourth, still 2-1 Saugerties at McDonough Park. Evan Carr back with you here on Red Wings TV. We move to the bottom of the fourth inning. Saugerties still on top 2-1, as it will be 5, 6, and 7 in the Red Wings order, led off by designated hitter Langston Livingston. Nick Zwack back out on the mound for Saugerties has yet to allow a hit. Langston Livingston looking to change that. Leading off the bottom of the fourth, first pitch to him is a breaking ball for a called strike, and it's 0-1. Livingston coming in with 14 games played, hitting .250, and he does lead the team with 9 walks. The 0-1 from Nick Zwack. Sky to right field. Cam Coakley coming in on it, moving towards the line, and he'll make the one-handed catch for the first out of the bottom of the fourth.
From Tallahassee, Florida, second baseman, number 7, Jesse Hall.
So quickly one out in the bottom of the fourth, and that will bring up Jesse Hall, the Red Wings second baseman, popped out to second base, back in the second. First pitch to him from Nick Zwack. Ripped up the middle, and that'll be a base hit into center field. Right off the mound and past pitcher Nick Zwack. And the Red Wings have a hard hit, one-out single by Jesse Hall.
From Exile, Alabama, catcher number 12, Lane Powell.
Lane Powell will step to the plate as he has a new piece of lumber. He shattered the last one he was using on his second inning ground out to short. As Jesse Hall will take a good lead off first. First pitch to Powell is taken down low for ball 1. Last bat Powell used and broke was black, going with the tan variety this go around, as he gets a little dirt on his hands and some pine tar. And he awaits the 1-0 offering from Nick Zwack. Check of the runner, and here it is. Swung on and foul tipped into the mitt of catcher Danny Martin. Powell coming in at .256. Does have a share of the team lead with 7 RBIs. Has 10 hits on the young season, 3 doubles and a home run. The 1-1 pitch will be delayed, as we have a check of the runner at first by pitcher Nick Zwack, as Jesse Hall getting in easily. Didn't even have to get dirty on that one. So Zwack giving up the first hit of the game just a moment ago as the Red Wings look to race the lead. The 1-1 runner goes, taken up high for a ball, throw down to second, and it's not in time. Jesse Hall has himself a stolen base. The pitch was well high and outside, almost a pitch out, although catcher Danny Martin obviously not expecting that. He had to jump up to his right. If it was a closer pitch, he may have had a chance to get Jesse Hall, but in any event, Hall is into second with a stolen base. So a runner in scoring position now, 1 out. Bottom of the fourth, Lane Powell looking to tie the game. 2-1 pitch, breaking ball down low. And it's 3-1 now on the Red Wings catcher, Lane Powell. Justin Barr is waiting on deck. Zwack with a couple shakes of catcher Danny Martin. Now he has his sign. And the 3-1 to Lane Powell. Check swing and a called strike, a late call by Chase Stout. As Lane Powell was ready to throw his new bat towards the dugout and head to first base, but Stout calling him back. As that pitch was at the letters. Some umpires might call it high, but Stout calling it a strike, and the count's full now. 3-2 on Lane Powell. Zwack with a long look in. Now he'll step off as he didn't like what Danny Martin was putting down. He will toe the rubber and peer in again for the 3-2 sign. Has it. Gives a quick check of Jesse Hall at second, and the 3-2 to Lane Powell. Low in the dirt. This one is for sure ball 4. As Powell will go to first with a 1-out walk.
From Pensacola, Florida, the third baseman, number 11, Justin Barr.
So 2 on and 1 out for Justin Barr now, as Nick Zwack has allowed his 5th walk of the night. He came in having issued just 5 walks in his first 2 starts. So already through 3 1/3 innings, he has equaled his season total with 5 walks here. First pitch to Justin Barr in the dirt. Good block by catcher Danny Martin. He is really working hard. Back in the second, Justin Barr was one of the 5 walks issued by pitcher Nick Zwack. They have all come to different Red Wings. Carnevale, Magadan, Barr, Fuller, and now Lane Powell have all been walked by the Stallions left-hander Nick Zwack. Barr coming in, 11 games, just 120 average, but he does have a double, a triple, and an RBI. The 1-0 pitch from Nick Zwack. Skied into right field. Coming in is Cam Coakley as he'll make the catch. Thinking about tagging is Jesse Hall as he bluffed as if he was going to third just to draw a throw as he retreats back to second base, and there are 2 outs in the bottom of the 4th. So Sam Fuller will step to the plate, drawing a good ovation from the crowd here at McDonough Park. And it is a good crowd, especially for a Tuesday night. And why not? Just absolutely perfect weather. First and second runners now 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th, Red Wings trailing by 1. Sam Fuller digging in for his second plate appearance. He walked back in the second. First pitch to him is popped foul and out of play. 0-1. Native of Mentor, Ohio, plays at St. Bonaventure. Came in hitting 172 in 11 games. He was 0 for 4 yesterday, and the Red Wings lost to the Newark Pilots. Zwack looking to work out of another jam. The 0-1 to Sam Fuller. It's an off-speed pitch that stays up high, and the count evens 1-1. Fuller, as a junior at St. Bonaventure, hit 282 in 39 games for the Bonnies. And 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 7 RBIs. He was also 13 out of 15 stealing bases. The 1-1. Skied foul, as that one will get out of play. Catcher Danny Martin shed the mask and thought about giving chase, but that one well out of play as it hits off the roof of the bathrooms at McDonough Park. sun peeking through the clouds in left center field as Sam Fuller awaits the 0-2 offering from pitcher Nick Zwack. Zwack check of the runners. And the 1-2 pitch to Fuller. Swung on and missed. He got him with the fastball. So the Red Wings leave 2, and we go to the top of the 5th, 2-1 Saugerties on Red Wings TV. Evan Carr back with you on Red Wings TV. We move to the top of the 5th, as it will be 2, 3, and 4 for the Stallions. In this inning, they are on top 2-1 in this contest. And the most dangerous hitter, at least thus far in the season, for the Stallions will lead things off. Third baseman John Dempsey. He was a strikeout victim looking back in the first inning, as first pitch to him is taken for a called strike. And he prolonged the third inning with a 2-out walk and came around to score on Tyler Kelder's 2-run home run. That's been the difference thus far. The 0-1 to John Dempsey. Low and outside, and it's 1-1. Mentioned earlier, Dempsey either owns or shares the team lead in 6 offensive categories, as he has been a bright spot for the last place Stallions. The 1-1 is a called strike, and it's 1-2 on the recently graduated high school senior who is committed to play at Division I Wofford, and he is showing he belongs. Hitting .304, 4 doubles, a triple, 3 homers, and 16 RBIs. The 1-2 from Stephen Branch is breaking ball. It stays outside, and the count again evens at 2-2. The 3 home runs and 16 RBIs are tied for second in the league. 2-2 from Branch to Dempsey. Fastball stays up high. Dempsey thought about offering, but laid off, and the count now full. The native of Potomac, Maryland. 5'11", 195-pound third baseman. 3-2 from Branch. Another fastball, and again stays up high. And John Dempsey has his second walk of the evening.
Number 20, Tyler Kelder.
So a leadoff walk for John Dempsey will bring up 3-hole hitter first baseman Tyler Kelder. In his last at-bat, hit the 2-run home run that put the Stallions ahead. First pitch this go-around from Branch to Kelder, skied into center. Brian Knapp doesn't see it. Now he ranges over to his left, and he will be called off by Sam Fuller, who makes the catch in right center field.
Designated hitter number 6, Noah Searcy.
Right when that ball was hit, Brian Knapp threw his arms up saying, "I can't see it." And a great job by right fielder Sam Fuller not to assume anything and to get over, make that catch. As if he wasn't there, that ball would have dropped in the gap, and who knows what would have happened. So a good job to be alert by Sam Fuller, and there's one out in the top of the fifth. First pitch to Noah Searcy is fouled off and out of play. We're at that time of night where it can be tricky to see balls off the bat, as it's that twilight time of night. Sometimes the ball can get lost, and there is a lot of cloud cover here. So it can be tricky for the outfielder to see the ball right now. 0-1 on Noah Searcy. And here comes from Stephen Branch. Breaking ball in the dirt. That one gets away from catcher Lane Powell, as John Dempsey will move up to second base on the wild pitch. Really no chance there for catcher Lane Powell. It was a good breaking ball. Searcy thought about offering at it, started to swing, pulled back, and just took a tough hop for catcher Lane Powell. So an insurance running in scoring position now for the Stallions in the form of John Dempsey. Second base, still one out. And the 1-1 to Searcy fouled off into the netting, and it's 1-2 now on the native of Jacksonville, Florida. He is 0 for 2 on the day, grounded out to third in the first, and struck out swinging to end the third. Branch for another strikeout, the 1-2 to Searcy. Fouled off, and a good fight from the designated hitter of the Stallions just to stay alive there. Mentioned Searcy just hitting 171, but he does have a modest 2-game hitting streak and hits in 3 of his last 4 contests. Branch comes set. The 1-2 pitch skied into right field. This will be a tough play for Sam Fuller. He ranges towards the line, dives, and it drops just foul, as Fuller ran a mile to come try to get that one. Ball just slicing towards foul territory, and that one landing just foul. So count remains 1-2 on Noah Searcy, as Stephen Branch looking for a big out here. Branch steps off, gives right fielder Sam Fuller a little time to get set in right field, and we'll have the 1-2 pitch coming up right now. As Branch peers in for the sign, comes set, and the 1-2 to Searcy. Foul back. Searcy doing a good job. Just a foul off pitch after pitch. As a designated hitter, the cleanup hitter for the Stallions, not going down easily. Mentioned he has the 1 strikeout already tonight. He has 10 in 11 games coming into this evening's contest. Branch comes set, checks John Dempsey at second, and the 1-2 again to Searcy. Swung on and missed. A nasty breaking ball from Stephen Branch finally ends that at bat, and he sets down Noah Searcy with a strikeout for the second straight at bat.
Baseman number 8, Jacob Hitz.
So 2 outs now in the top of the fifth, and Jacob Hitz will come up for his third appearance. Struck out swinging to end the first. Singled, stole a base, and was stranded in the fourth. First pitch to him is skied foul and out of play. Still say Hitz with one of the better names in the league. I mean, come on. You're a hitter, and your name is Hitz. Hitz is no stranger to recording hits. Hit 273 at Division I University of Minnesota this spring. The 0-1 from Branch, just outside with the fastball. Must have missed the outside corner by hardly anything. And the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on second baseman Jacob Hitz. Branch working quickly. A check of John Dempsey at second, and the 1-1. This one does catch some of the outside corner, as it's now 1-2. I think that's what Jacob Hitz was saying. It's basically the same spot as the last one, but this time the call going the way of the Red Wings. Branch 1 pitch away from getting out of another jam. The 1-2 to Hitz. Breaking ball just outside. I think 8 out of the 9 Red Wings on the field were jumping up and ready to run back to the dugout, but that pitch just called outside, and the count now 2-2. Branch peering in, looking for another big strikeout. The 2-2 to Hitz. Swung on and missed. He got him with the breaking ball. A great job by Stephen Branch to get out of that jam with 2 consecutive strikeouts. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. Still 2-1 Saugerties here at McDonough Park.